Welcome to the Deepies, year 3. It is award season, Andy. Everyone's got the bug. I'm excited for this year's Deepies. Very excited. The tone of this year's Deepies very different than last year and a little different than the year before. We were figuring things out at year 1. Last year, it was kind of a celebration of the terrible parts of the NFL because it was kind of a bad year. And this year, very much the opposite. It was hard to find like true terrible negatives for this year. A lot of positives. So this is going to be a very, very positive tone, DPs, compared to years past. If you haven't seen years past, number one, you're missing it not watching it on YouTube. If you're listening to this in podcast form, well, we appreciate you. You are a hardcore. It is /top hat. You are.
Is it the same one you wore for Halloween?
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. I didn't know if you had multiple top hats.
No, I have one.
Feels like something you would do.
I've thought about it. This one's just it fits so great, and it's got like the weird flare on it too, so I love this one. I don't get to wear it enough, honestly, but yeah, if you're listening to this in podcast form, you are one of the true hardest core podcast listeners that we have. Thank you. I don't know why you would listen to this in podcast form as opposed to the YouTube format, which will have visual aids.
We'll read off the awards.
I know, but just like being able to synthesize it by seeing the title cards and getting the experience of seeing the in memoriam instead of just listening to the song it's pretty. By the way, yeah, it's pretty clutch.
Guess who's not a fan of using copyrighted music?
Sarah McLachlan.
Well, no, Canva. I was trying to do the video and I put in seriously, there's a bunch of tabs that were open when I got back to the office on like how to circumvent copyrights well, you watch it on YouTube or anything, and they have like the line through the middle of a TV show, like, hey, here's a 30-second clip from House, and we've flipped it backwards, so now it's not going to get. So I was looking how to do that, and then I just gave up. This is the best part is there were people in the office as I walked past to my office wearing a dress shirt, Gap sweatpants, slippers, and carrying a suit coat.
I love it. All right. Let's we're not going to waste 30 minutes breaking down whether Bill Belichick should have gotten nominated or first ballot elected in the Hall of Fame.
He's the best coach to ever do it. I don't care if you're Brady.
It is amazing. It is amazing that
I don't like the guy.
Boy, Pro Football Hall of Fame, they did Trump, DHS, ICE. They did them all solid, man. But took the conversation right away and kind of focused it on those 50 guys who, I guess 40, 10 of the 50 did not consider the greatest coach to ever coach the game worthy of first round ballot consideration. Amazing. Honestly, didn't need any commentary. Everybody who jumped to be outraged, it didn't need to be said. Anyway.
The 10-second take on that is it's incorrect. He should have been voted in unanimously, but it's still very funny to me.
It's very funny.
That either there's this level of here's the thing. A lot of the people that voted are media. Bill wasn't really nice to the media ever. So I guess that's what you get. And that's a nice lesson in the golden rule.
Yeah. Does this affect the Super Bowl with the Patriots being disrespected like this?
Oh, I mean, it's bulletin board material.
It is bulletin board material.
Vrabel's a Belichick guy.
It's the Patriots against the world, man. Seriously.
What if this happens to TB? It will not. It will not.
Especially after this. I don't think anybody feels good about this, the way this is going down.
My favorite is Bill Polian, who's like, I can't remember.
No comment.
What? You voted for 3 names out of 5. You can't remember if you voted for one of your biggest contemporaries or not? Dude. I feel like you're lying.
Dude, this is, you know what this is, first ballot Hall of Fame? Spite. For Bill Polian. Oh my God. Imagine winning one Super Bowl after all of those tries. After all of those tries, you finally win one. And the guy who won 8 or whatever, you have to dunk on him. One last chance to dunk on the guy.
I mean, that's the thing. Like Bill Polian's old.
First ballot Hall of Fame spite from Bill Polian.
Also, there's no real consequences for him. But like, why not dunk on him a little?
I know. Of course. I'm surprised he wasn't like, yeah, I did it. I hope he burns in hell.
I was thinking that the time to go.
Yeah. Anyway, that would have been a more fun answer. I would actually respect Bill Polian more.
I would have.
But congratulations on that one Super Bowl, Bill. Congratulate Polian, that is, of course. Bill Belichick made more than one Super Bowl.
Quick note. I forgot how much work it is to make the freaking video that lasts like 30 seconds and put together the cards.
A labor of love, Andy.
Drew did a ton of work putting together a lot of the nominees.
Let's be a little bit. We got to be a little bit thankful to everyone who played a part in this. As always, a humongous thank you to the Academy and the voters for
the people who helped us
first coming up with the nominations and then voting. You never really know like how many you never really know. Like you send the ballot and you're like, God, I hope we get like 50 of these 100 back. 98 came back this year, Andy. 98 of the voters came through for us and gave us their opinions. Don't agree with all of them. That's okay. I don't agree with some of the nominations.
And I wanted to point out some really good ideas. I put out a call for action in the Discord, and I got DMs, I got messages back, some really good ideas. I didn't have time to really I'm like, why did I ask for this like 2 days before while we're already working on this? But I have all those things tucked away so we can add, because you want to keep it fresh. We're going to add some brand new categories next year. So some really good ideas from some people in Discord. I was really impressed with some of the feedback I got.
I, of course, am a former Deepies winner. I won last yeir's least valuable gambling analyst for my political takes. There are a number of commenters I see who are previous winners for best YouTube commenter. I know we've only had 2 years of it, but I see at least 10 previous winners there. So
nominees,
many nominees. Yeah. No, many winners wasn't last year. Wasn't there like they were all nominees, but there was only one winner. Oh,
last year's winner. I had to go back and look. It was Out of the Half.
Out of the Half. Okay.
The year before that, Dan Weiner.
Oh, right. Oh, I mean, he deserved the hat tip for that, no question. But as always, thanks to everybody for all of the help putting this together. Thanks to the NFL for putting out a tremendous product this year. And it is not lost on us that we get to, have fun at the expense of gambling and football, which two of our favorite pastimes. Never lose sight of how fun this is. So before
we get into the American football, did you take in any of the European football today? What a banger slate. They had 18 Champions League matches at the same time. So the joke was you got to make a life-changing ACA.
Cool.
And somebody like yesterday, he parlayed all 18 matches.
Wow.
None of them to have a goal in the first 3 minutes. And it was like minus 115. He's like, free money. There were 3 matches. There was 2 more that had a goal in the 4th minute. Like it wasn't even close. Man. And then better yet, my favorite one was somebody. Well, no, that was actually a bigger payout. That was like something else. The other one that paid minus 115. Somebody bet no goalie to score in all 18, and similar to hockey, but it does not happen nearly as often. If they have like one final set piece and they know this is the last kick, they will. And most goalies are like 6'5".
They're huge. Yeah.
So you bring this guy forward, and I believe it was Benfica. He off a cross, he put one in with the head to ruin it at the like 98th minute or something. It was pretty. Goalie goals are great.
Amazing.
So I had some fun this afternoon while I was working on this.
Yeah, I was way into the Australian Open tennis into the wee hours of the morning. Did not see Lorenzo Musetti retire after going up 2-0, but I did flip open the phone. I cracked my at like 4 a.m. I was like, oh yeah, said he threw out in retirement, and I was like, wait, he retired? What
Yeah, no, that was.
I was like, I fell asleep at 2-0. Yeah,
like, they highlighted the wrong guy. They highlighted the wrong guy.
Yeah, I was like, what? Anyway.
Yeah, some absolute black magic by Djokovic. And as much as it's been a terrible, terrible AO with nothing but chalk.
Very bad. Yes, very bad.
But what happens when you get a bunch of chalk?
Yeah.
You get banger semifinals, and you're going to get 2 banger
The quarterfinals yesterday were great. Iga Rybakina, awesome. The American quarterfinal between Pegula and Anisimova, awesome. Now, I enjoyed them because I had both winners, but that's beside the point. They were great matches. Andy, are you ready to get into the Deepies? Without further ado,
our first nominee.
I forget where we start.
Our first category.
Yeah,
we start
over.
Negative. We start.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, this is a good gambling one to kind of get the whistle wet, whatever. Baddest beat of the year.
Baby.
Baddest beat of the year. We have the Ravens -1.5 versus the Bills week 1. That of course was the epic comeback for Buffalo at home. 15 points in the final 4 minutes, I believe. The Broncos -1 versus the Colts week 2. I was on that one. Also, that was the leverage call. They gave the Colts a second chance at the game-winning field goal, which they converted. Third nominated.
Quick step back too.
Yeah, good.
The Ravens one, I think, hurt even more because of last year's season opener with the toe. Which surely. I think was probably nominated in this as well.
Surely. I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
And just the kind of the legacy of Harbaugh's Ravens losing impossible to lose leads with an impossibly good team somehow. Third nominee for the baddest beat of the year goes to the Rams +3.5 versus the Eagles. This is, of course, was the Rams lining up for the game-winning field goal, which gets blocked and returned by a fat man for a touchdown to blow not just the game, but the 3.5-point cover. Very special moment in the year. Cardinals money line versus the Titans week 5. Still don't know how that happened. That was something else. Pretty sure I looked up and it was 27 about to be 28-3, and then it was 22-21. Titans win. That one will sting. I think the Cardinals were something like -450 in that, and I think something like a third to 40% of the survivor pool was on the Cardinals that day.
Yeah.
Wow. Wild one. Jack's pick versus the Texans week 10. Andy and I famously went head to head. We went head to head with our best bets that game. And the Jags were ahead comfortably. The Texans not only won, but then they got the fumble Rooski, or the pitchy woo touchdown to put an exclamation point on that one. So that was wild. And then the last nomination, of course, Andy getting the choir and band concert back-to-back nights during week 16 when we had an all-time great slate of sports going on. I remember you bringing that up on the podcast.
Rough. We're through that part of the season. And then on the half, former winner, current chatter, says Protector of the Year finalists are revealed during the Deepies.
Ooh.
I'm not going to go look them up.
Creed Humphrey.
If you can, drop them in here. I'd like to discuss that. So, how do we want to do this? You want to reveal winners? I want to reveal
all you,
winners.
man. We'll go back and forth. You could do the winner, and then you tee up the next set of noms, and then we'll just go back and forth.
Bit of an upset. I thought this was an upset, but the voters did come through. Rams plus 3.5. I know Cardinals money line.
No one bet the Cardinals money line, Andy. No one bet that.
I know it was probably a crazier game, and it was more meaningful for Survivor, I guess. Yeah. But geez,
if we had put Cardinals Survivor entries versus Titans, I would have given that more consideration. This was clearly my pick, and I think it's correct.
Yeah,
I mean,
this one, you were like physically upset. I remember.
I'm still upset. I'm still mad. I'm still mad, dude. A freaking blocked kick didn't just end the game, but a 300-pound defensive tackle, a guy who honestly was such a big boy he couldn't stay on the field until this year. managed to run that one back.
And it was one of those where the run back wasn't necessary.
No.
At any point, if he trips, falls, tackles, kneels, gives himself up, the game is over. They win the game.
Yeah, if trips over his feet.
Still cover.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, Rams. If the Rams kicker had done what the Niners kicker did to the Seahawks and just tried to like trip him, and he actually had managed to trip him, it would have been a penalty, but it would have been the end of the game. Anyway.
Do you have an opinion on this? Garrett Bowles of the Broncos, Aaron Brewer center from the Dolphins.
No, don't
Creed Humphrey, Chiefs center. I don't think he'll get it. Quinn Miners.
Don't think so.
Broncos guard, no. Tooney, maybe Bears guard.
This is Bowles and Penei Sewell probably. It's a question of do they reward the best offensive line in football this year, which basically gives it to Bowles, or do they
reward the best offensive linemen?
Offensive linemen, yeah.
And the injury, I mean, how much time did he miss?
Penei Sewell?
Yeah.
Not more than 1 or 2 games, right?
I think it was 2 or 3 tops.
He played through some bad injury, I thought. Anyway. Yeah,
Brewer
probably
buzz
gonna go to a lot of Brewer buzz, huh? I don't
know. I think the only one I have is some Bowles 10-1, so that would be my preference.
Any award feels kind of not correct.
Yeah, it does feel weird,
kind of icky. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a voter, you're like, I'm already giving the Browns 2 awards. Do I need to give the Dolphins 1?
So probably do they? Not. This isn't like the Oscars where they nominate a field and then they vote on the finalists. This is like these are the guys who got the most.
They
votes
vote and then
by ranked choice, and we're just going to announce
of people.
I don't think there's a lot of people who put Brewer 1 or Creed Humphrey 1. Sorry, I don't think there's a lot of people who put. Those are like 4th and 5th place Bowles consideration votes. Yeah, Bowles and Sewell. No Dawkins, huh? They were a little afraid of the home cooking since he was responsible for the award.
No Landon Dickerson. I don't know if Adahef says it. Different voting pool.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
It's former offensive lineman players, which is interesting. It'll be interesting to see how those votes tally up. Because it is probably a smarter class of people voting for this sort of thing. Not that big dumb offensive linemen are all that smart. A lot of them are. I mean,
well, when they're watching the all, when they're watching the all,
they know what to watch for.
They're watching the line. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But no one else. No,
Dickerson was not good. It was just it's just been a running gag.
Yeah.
All right, backdoor cover of the year. You're gonna have to remind me on a couple of these. Raiders plus 2.5 versus the Jags week 9.
This went to overtime, and the Raiders went for 2 after scoring a touchdown and didn't get it. So they were down 7 in overtime, and they managed to score a touchdown, but not lose by 3 still after giving the ball back to the Jags. That was a big one. That was a good one.
That was a weird one. Yeah, it was big for the Jags to still get the W, but yeah, that was a goofy one. All right, Saints plus 5 versus the Finns in week 13, Drew.
Tyler Shuck touchdown inside a minute to get it to close the margin from 10 to 3 or something.
That was like the beginning.
That was the beginning of the Shuck-a-sance, yeah.
Can we call it Shuck Sanity? Is that a thing?
Shuck Sanity, yeah. That was the start.
I know this. I definitely remember this one. Vegas plus 8.5 versus the Broncos week 14. Were they down by 10? And they kicked the field goal? Kicked the field goal with no time remaining? Time expired to lose by 7. Broncos backers puzzled, I guess. It's one of those things where I guess what are you going to do? You got to do something. You can either huck it, you can kick it, you can kneel on it, you can run backwards. None of it matters. I do remember Portnoy, was threatening to murder. Like this is not slander. He used the words. Somebody should be murdered for this.
Pete Carroll, I think.
I think he wanted to murder Pete Carroll at this one. Titans plus 13. Taking on the super injured 49ers.
That was another one where they were down by 21 and they scored a field goal late to lose by 13. Am I remembering that?
No, it was a touchdoon late, I thought.
Touchdown late. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that one. I didn't have action there.
Purdy, it was a big Purdy game. That was 37-24. So it was a big big runaway, and then the Titans scored late. 49er, Commies +8 versus the Cowboys on Christmas.
This is quintessential backdoor. The Cowboys were winning that by double digits for so much of the game, and then the Commies kicked the field goal to make it 7. And there really wasn't enough time to mount a comeback, so they landed 7. And you know what else? That was a Christmas miracle because that one opened Cowboys -6. I remember.
Not only was it a backdoor for the latecomers, it was a middling for some people as well.
On a standalone Christmas game. Yeah, pretty awesome.
Oof. Packers +13.5. So in this one too, this was like Packers +7 to start.
Yeah.
And then it was announced that like Jacobs is sitting and Willis, everybody was sitting.
Everyone is out.
Who started that game at quarterback? It wasn't even Willis. It was
Toontown.
It was Clayton Tune starting that one. Enough people bet on the Vikings that drove it all the way up 6.5 points to 13.5. And what was it, 16-0?
16-0, yeah.
The Vikings weren't very good either. But
it was inside a minute, 16-0.
Yeah, and the Packers finally had a garbage drive, and it was the same thing as the Broncos game where they're just like, let's kick one. We
don't want to get shut out. We don't want to get shut out. I believe Clayton Tune had negative passing, or I think the Packers as a team had negative passing yards in that game.
Yeah, he got sacked a bunch.
If I remember right, I think the team passing yards were like -7 or something like that. A crisp -7, yes, for Mr. Tune. Tune time, yes. That was
Durso says a lot of PTSD. Yeah, some of these are rough for people. Honestly, that leverage one too. God,
the leverage call. That was
all right. Backdoor and your
I don't
winner.
think this is a close call. Honestly, this was a runaway for Vegas.
Yeah. Vegas knew. Not only that, but had the most visceral reactions on the internet. People were so mad about this because honestly, like I said, it didn't make sense. But what else are you gonna do? I feel like football etiquette is you huck it. You huck for the field because if somebody catches a Hail Mary, a meaningless one, that happens. But kicking the field goal, taking the time, sending the special teamers out there,
ensuring the loss by 7, not 10. It's a wild one, man. That was definitely the backdoor cover of the year.
That is going to be, that one's gonna hold.
That one's backdoor cover of the 3 years we've been doing this, probably.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah, it was Aiden O'Connell too. Yeah, it wasn't even a real team playing that day.
Or no, it was Pickett, right? Pickett. Aiden O'Connell, I don't think played this year because of the broke man, but I don't remember. Anyway, the deep dive halftime stream of the year. Some great nominees here. The first nominee is Ravens Fins. This was Thursday Night Football, the Halloween episode where we were Hulk and Macho Man Randy Savage. That was a winning. We had a winner in the second half too. The market was hard against us. We were on the under, and the Ravens came through for us with the amazing defensive performance against Tua and company. Second nominee, Ravens versus the Bengals. This was TNF on Thanksgiving night. Not a lot of people remember this one. Not a lot of people watched that game, but I believe at halftime. Trick question, KZ Brown. They are all the ones where I was drunk. Anyway, the Ravens Bengals. I believe the commentary was Bengals were +5 in the second half, +6, and we're just money line. Like the Ravens are going to let go of the rope here. Like there's nothing there. There's no there. And sure enough, Bengals covered and won the second half going away. Third nominee, Rams, Seahawks. This was TNF week 16. I think this one was nominated because our confidence was on the over in the second half here. I thought the game was over. It ultimately was not. This was a massively consequential game. I think it has given us the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, frankly.
Yeah.
And the over was able to get home in the second half about early in the fourth quarter, I believe. We might have still been on.
Some things happened in that one.
It's a great game. Great game. Bears-Niners, Sunday Night Football Week 17. I believe our halftime bet on that one was over. And that one, again, also relative rocking chair winner. I think it was home by the end of the third quarter. And then lastly, the Rams Seahawks NFC Championship game. This, of course, was where Andy called 14-14 as the second half score, which ended up being correct.
Sticking. Two different people have asked already. Which one was the Gaza stream? How did we not nominate that? Like, that one had to be deleted, man. I'm kidding.
Did you delete it?
No, we didn't say anything out of pocket. I think we were pretty fair with our takes.
Oh man, yeah, it was a very pragmatic stream. Yeah,
I brought up something semi controversial. And then, I always make the damn joke, okay, let's power rank the religions. And then someone brings it was like Gaza, transgender athletes. Like we touched all the third rails. And I think we solved most of the world's problems.
I'm glad we don't have a record of which game that was. Because
someone will find it.
Yeah, woof, man. I don't know. I want to see if my opinion's changed on anything.
We have only deleted one episode ever at the request of a guest who was trying to keep some OPSEC.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember? Can you remember that guest's name?
Pikachu Bets?
It was Pikachu Bets.
That one wasn't in video.
Frantically texting me one day.
Oh, okay. Well. All right. Let's see the winner, Andy.
I mean, you call a perfect game.
Yeah, that's going to win every time. Also, this is a little bit of recency bias here too. But yeah.
Yeah, it is hard to remember. It's hard to remember. Like these start at Halloween for a reason because it's super hard to remember what we did at the beginning of the season.
It's hard to remember what we did at Halloween.
It is really hard to remember what we did for Halloween.
Anyway, yeah, I think anytime you call the correct score, that goes to the top of the power rating. So
somebody somebody bet that. I mentioned that somebody made that bet. Said I calling that exact score at like 60-1, which is fun.
Amazing.
So. All right, back to the negatives. I'll run this one. Worst preseason take. Every year we have these. Last year, it's funny that we have a Commanders one in here because last year our worst preseason take was
the opposite. Yeah.
Ice cold on the Commanders. We said
32nd ranked team in football.
It was just the worst. Yeah, they started as our lowest power ranked team.
Yeah.
They were, we didn't believe in the retread coaches. We weren't sure Daniels was big enough. We were worried he was going to get hurt. That was the only thing we got right. But we were very cold on that. This year, Drew famously stumping pretty hard for Mike McDaniel, first coach fired, as Mike McDaniel seemed to be having an existential crisis not even once we started playing games. These were like preseason freaking press conferences, and he's talking about the slow release of death and the march into nothingness. It's like, buddy, are you okay?
He made it through the season.
Honestly, he was the second
almost made his first
another
season. Yeah,
he was actually the 8th coach fired, I believe. Incredible. I think Tomlin was the only one that was, or McDermott.
McDermott
was the only one let go after him.
Tomlin might have been too.
Tomlin was around the same time. Yeah, it was 7th or 8th coach fired. This one's on me. Pats alt unders / laying some juice to miss the playoffs. They did not miss the playoffs. I've done this twice now. If you remember, famously about 3 or 4 years ago, it would have been 5 maybe, when the Bengals reached the Super Bowl. I had a alt under 2.5 wins on the Bengals. They actually won 3 wins in the playoffs. They wouldn't even have cashed if they didn't count regular season games. So that was fun. We fluffed Jaden Daniels nuts quite a bit. We called him a top 5 quarterback. Obviously, that offense did not look anything like it did 2 years ago, and he missed quite a bit of time as well.
Yeah.
That one's tough. Injuries are tough, but he certainly was not the same. Ravens, clear number 1 power rated team. We were, deep into the season. We were still very high on this team. It was always going to be a comeback. Obviously, didn't even win the division.
Mm-hmm.
Really felt like that was inevitable with the Steelers kind of being a lucky team. But yeah, that was it's a team that just wasn't putting it all together this year.
That Ravens one stings extra bad because even when the market kind of was anchored to that really, really generous preseason number, And we were like, how could this be so high? Like 8 weeks in a row with them not covering the spread. I just didn't touch it. And now I feel like an idiot. Although we bet against them week 18 and it mattered.
We did bet against them.
And it mattered.
Yep. Steelers 3.5. Let's go. And then Stafford, the final one. Stafford will be lucky to make it through the season. That's been a theme for like 3 years.
Well, he didn't make it to the Super Bowl.
He did not make the Super Bowl. He made it through the season, though. He threw like 47 touchdowns.
He's going to be
probably going to be the MVP. We were like, hey, this guy might retire. The Rams will be super dicked, and they'll have to go to Jimmy G, and everything's going to go bad. So, all right.
Wow.
Winner.
It's either the first one or the last one, I think. I think I voted for the first one. What's the winner? Mike McDaniel first fired. I think I deserve this because I at least triple or quadruple clicked this one on Bookmaker because it was in like the 4 or 5 to 1 range, and I was like, he should clearly be the favorite. I want to say he got to minus money before
he did. They
closed that market, and I'll be honest with you, I was counting my money on that. I was like, oh yeah, no, like this is gonna. I famously did quite poorly to start the season, and I was pretty sure that was gonna fill that hole.
Bring me right back to
I was like, oh yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be up on the year. It's gonna be great, and then Brian Callahan revealed to the world that he did not know the rules of professional football. Amazing.
First GM fired. Yeah, it would have been first GM fired. Greer.
Yeah, that's true.
Greer was let go. Yeah,
that was the problem.
One.
That was probably they made Mike McDaniel go out there and try to win football games with an innovative rushing attack and no cornerbacks. Good luck, buddy.
That's crazy. Like, McDermott doesn't have a job, but and Tomlin doesn't want one, but like the other 7 guys.
It sounds like McDermott didn't really want to interview either.
No, yeah. And it was so late in the cycle, but just like everybody else is like 5 interviews and most of them have a job already. It's funny how we it's a recycling league. So,
oh yeah.
All right, dude, next up,
that you're stepping on your own quip of wisdom for the in memoriam. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh no, we will not.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Best bet of the year. This was actually a little bit more what's the right word? Curated, because you curated the shorts for best bets. So actually this was easy to kind of come up with the list of best and worst best bets. It was pretty interesting going back and hearing yourself be very confident about something that was very, very wrong. But it's awesome when you go back and you listen to yourself be like, market is completely whiffing on this, and then
market's wrong, and then you called the game state. You called the game state.
It's great. It is great. And that goes for a bunch of these. Jets +7 versus the Bucks week 3. That was fun just because nobody in their mother was interested in betting the Jets after their horrific performance week 2 against the Bills. Yes, they did need a blocked punt or field goal run back for a touchdown.
I think they had a kick return. I think they had a
it was a block. Return. It was McDonald, I think, on a blocked kick.
I think they actually had 2 extra. They might have had 2 special team scores.
They might have, but and they still lost, but they covered the 7. Steelers -5, Bengals week 11. That one was funny. I think our analysis on that one was like, this, fair is clearly on the other side of 7, and Steelers won by a lot in that game. That might have been the end of the Joe Flacco era. I don't remember. Bears +7 versus the Eagles on Black Friday. That was personally satisfying just because nobody believed in the Bears at all at that point. We had bet them 3 or 4 times. It was kind of a running gag. I got to keep going back to the well on the Bears, and getting 7 against the Eagles feels like a gift in hindsight. Titans +3.5 versus the Browns week 14. That, of course, was a very straightforward case. Anytime you could take 3.5 points against Shedeur Sanders, you got to do it. It doesn't matter who they're playing. And of course, they not only covered that number, they won. Texans -10 versus the Cardinals week 15. This was a funny one too because we were literally like Cardinals are not fielding an NFL team. This is going to be a runaway. I think Texans were covering 10 by halftime. They ended up winning that game by 20 or
they
something.
won by like 30, dude.
It was by so much. And then Titans +3 versus the Chiefs week 16. This was, of course, after Mahomes done for the season with the ACL. Here comes Gardner Minshew. Market did not adjust the Chiefs enough for the gap between Mahomes and Minshew. Minshew then goes down. Oludokun, still don't know how to pronounce it, finishes the game. Titans won in just like non-competitive fat. It was a non-compete by the Chiefs. They were out. And then lastly, it would have been nonsense to list all of the times that Andy made a strong case for the Seahawks as the best bet of the week. It was at least 8 out of the 18 weeks that we had, 17 games that they played. If we're including the postseason even more, and yes, the Seahawks famously 14-5 against the spread this season.
Disrespected by the market.
And market then still hasn't got up to them.
Because you've brought it up. Yeah, the Minshew announcement today, did you see that, Drew?
No. What happened?
He had
surgery or something?
No, he did not tear his ACL.
They're telling us this now?
Yeah, it's just like,
huh?
It was a bone bruise. He doesn't have a torn ACL, which is very odd considering so this would have been like 7 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, clearly. This is December 10th-ish.
This is what I wonder about. Chiefs quiet tanked if they just said
yes, sure.
Hey,
well, based on that game, yes, absolutely. Yes, based on their performance that day, yes, I would agree with that. All right, the winner, Andy, is Seahawks every week. Yeah, that was great.
Seahawks every week.
That was great. Seahawks
it was a lot of fun. It was fun, and it does start to get in your head when you start to bet on a team too much.
Sure.
It was similar to the Falcons last year. Like somebody wanted to bet against the Falcons because they covered too many games in a row at one point. I'm like, you know what? It's still just not right. Like you still have to just bet on this team.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, you're kind of waiting for your hand to get slapped, and it just never happened.
Yeah. Yeah, once you lose like 2 in a row, then it's like how I play blackjack. Once I lose like 2 or 3 in a row, then I'll get up. But if you just keep, if you win one, lose one, win one, lose one, like you just hang out. And boy, with the Seahawks, it was not win one, lose one. It was super nice to build up the bankroll for the playoffs with that team.
Mm-hmm.
And probably, honestly, a big part of the winning some money in Circa.
Oh yeah,
like, I did use them like every freaking week in Survivor, or excuse me, in Millionaire. Survivor famously did not go that well. Fuck the Packers.
Yes, agreed.
Next award up is back to negative town, but this one's always a fun one because, as you mentioned, we do this and we say, "Hey, here's a team," and we have to, we have to make these bets. And as you notice, a lot of those best bets were later in the season. A lot of the worst best bets are early in the season. Yeah. We started a little cold this season. Both of us got insanely hot after Thanksgiving, which is a lot of fun. But there was some real
more like after Halloween. Yeah, November was good in general. Yeah. November it was good in general. But yeah. Go ahead.
Jets Bills.
I ate the cheese, Andy. This one was me. I ate the cheese on the Jets offense looking good against the Steelers week 1, and I thought they were going to give the Bills a test week 2. They did not.
They lost by 20, and it was not a competitive game. They were down 20-3 at halftime. Tyrod Taylor.
No, it wasn't Tyrod Taylor, was it? It was Fields, right? Was it Fields? I think it was Fields.
I think he got hurt partway through the game.
Oh well, then I can't. This doesn't count as a bad beat. Then, if it was Fields, it would have been better.
Yeah, so they both played. Fields, I have the box score up now. Fields threw for 27 yards on 11 attempts. Tyrod Taylor threw for 56 yards, more than double, on 11 attempts. So about 80 yards on 22 attempts. Pretty good job, guys.
Fields was out there for 62% of the offensive snaps, so I think he got pulled for performance.
That might have been it. He did get hurt, obviously, later on as well. Rough one altogether, though. All right, Raiders Colts. This was the part of the year where, the Colts were kind of a truck, and we weren't super sure about it yet. Obviously, it was a a weird one with, hey, is Daniel Dimes real? Vegas has some skill position players that can go. The Colts scored 40 on their ass. This was never in doubt. This was a super, super, super bad one. Rearing its ugly head again. Cardinals minus 7.5 versus the Titans.
Dude, Colts was 40-3 with like time to play in the third quarter. It was 40-3 with 3 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Colts scored 40. None of those points came in the fourth quarter.
Amazing. Cardinals, this was you. You liked the Cardinals week 5.
Yeah. I was so mad too. I think I threw him in a. So if you can see the number too, it was minus 7.5. Not only did I bet this, but I put him in a teaser. And eventually I'm like, well, at least the teaser's going to get home. And fucking to Mercado. And then you got, was that the game that Gannon punched the running back and everything was falling apart? My God. Cardinals,
that was the end of their season.
That game will go down in infamy. Chargers minus 1.5 versus the Colts. Chargers at home. This was kind of in the midst of Jonathan Taylor can't be stopped. Laid points with the Chargers. I think they lost by about 2 touchdowns here. They just could not do anything defensively.
It was 38-17 when the game ended, or when the competitive portion of the game was over. This was me, and that my handicap on that one was Colts have done it against all these terrible defenses. Let's see it do it against a good defense, and they did.
And they did.
They scored 38. Yeah,
that was in the midst where that was the streak of like Jonathan Taylor just going to score
touch the stove
3
twice.
touchdowns every.
I got my Colts
week.
money back in spades by on that home stretch. I ended up betting them around this same time to miss the playoffs at like 10-1. They were 8-1 at one point, right? Colts. Am I misremembering?
Yeah. No, they were
8-2. 8-2 after beating the Falcons, and I got them in like the 11-1 range to miss the playoffs. On top of having previously bet them at 5-1, so I got it all back. Cowboys Broncos week 8. That was me. Also.
Cowboys Broncos. Cowboys getting a few points.
I think we both were on this. We were.
We liked this one too, and a lot of this was just like the Broncos are good, the defense is good. It was like a really good offense in the Cowboys versus a great defense in the Broncos. We didn't expect the Broncos offense to come up like they did. The Broncos scored on 7 of their 8 last final drives to close that game because it was close, and then the Broncos offense could not be stopped, and it was the end of the Eberflus era eventually at that point. And one of the worst ones, because I think we both like this as well. Yeah. Lions laying 9.5 versus the Vikings. Jesus Christ. Vikings kind of a sad sack team at this point, but it's a divisional game. And I guess, it was too many points because Lions-Vikings didn't go exactly how we thought it did either. That was a Vikings win.
Solid CLV on that one.
Won both games.
They did.
Yeah, it moved our way. And the Vikings actually 2-0 versus the Lions this year somehow. Yeah. Although that was a preseason take. We didn't mention that. Good preseason take by you. Lions to miss the playoffs.
That was a nice one. Yeah,
we
had good Seattle. We were bullish on Seattle before the year too, which was nice. But whatever, not as much.
Winner here. Winner here. Who do you think? I don't remember some of these. Even I don't made either. These trackers. I'm
gonna guess it was. Yeah. You know what? It was in that one. I get that one. Taking the cheese from a week 1 like that. Like that's gambling 101.
Falling into overreaction week. Really getting head over feet on overreaction week. It's a bad.
I'm pretty sure I was saying stuff like, I don't believe anything I saw week 1 except the Jets offense is good. And they were not.
They did look good in week 1. It's like, hey, Fields is he's kind of slinging it around. Hey,
if they can just like have like if they can just run. And now we're taking on the Bills defense, who's super, giving up on. Well, actually I was sticking to one prior, which was that the Bills defense I thought was fugazi, and I was like. And now here we go. Jets could be able to do what they did against Steelers and just run. And no, they didn't at all.
All right.
Bad game. God
We're
damn.
gonna,
God
speaking of the Jets, Tanner Engstrom no longer with them.
yeah.
Yeah, just a real quick mention. We did
Be
coordinators
gone.
Joe Lombardi, Kevin Patullo, Greg Roman, Josh the Grizzard, Kingsbury, John Morton, Eberflus, Steve Wilkes, Shane Bowen, Chip Kelly, among others. Didn't have time to add all the coordinators, but we'll take a little quick break
Moment of
here
silence.
to go
Yeah.
through it. A moment of silence for the coaches that we lost this year. The coach is no longer with us. Although fucking like 7 of them are already hired. So I'm gonna have to count like how many of these guys already have jobs. A little break for the in memoriam. had to give the BTB a little love there.
That was good.
It wasn't shade. They quit. I gave them their in memoriam. And you know what?
That's good.
The thing that I thought about too, I definitely thought there was like 4 GMs that got fired. It was just those two.
It was just those two. Yeah.
It seems like we should have I feel like Bean should have been fired and maybe 1 or 2 more.
Oh, dude, we're gonna have to do a whole fuck around Friday on Bean and what's going on in Buffalo, man. I got thoughts. Oh my god!
I can't believe Pagula won her match, considering everything going on.
It's crazy. That's a wild one, man. God damn, the gone but soon rehired. Nugget of wisdom. Holy shit, man!
Bean was promoted.
Mike McCarthy's back in our lives. The fact that Pete Carroll was only gone for a year.
I looked at last year. Pete Carroll has been in this 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's right. Oh shit. Oh my god.
When I went and looked at the one before, like the year before that, when I threw some ACs in there, it's like there's a bunch of people that keep ending up in these.
You keep getting there. Once you got the stink of being recently fired on you, like the fans are not going to take it easy on you if they're like, "Oh, we kind of think you might suck." You kind of might suck.
All right, you run this one.
We're gonna have to retire the. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Best secret.
What do we have to retire, McCarthy?
McCarthy's back. He's back in our lives. Oh my god, I can't believe that. God,
you're gonna have to retire Tomlin Coach of the Year takes.
Yeah, the Tomlin Coach of the Year takes are over. God, so many guys failing up this cycle. This is just wild. All right, best secret pod play. We have week 8, Saints under 20.5 versus the Bucks. They famously scored 3, and that was the end of the Spencer Rattler era, I believe. Officially.
So, that was I
don't remember. That might have been the very, very beginning of the Tyler Shuck era. I don't remember. But yeah.
Yeah, there was some overlap.
Yeah, young quarterback against an inexperienced quarterback against Todd Bowles' defense. Never going to show well. Bears over 26.5 versus the Bengals week 9. They scored into the 40s, Andy. That was a fun one. Really, really enjoyed that one. That was when people were starting to come around on the Bears offense being a truck, particularly against bad defenses. Vikings under 14.5 versus the Seahawks week 13. Bros before hosts were pitched the Seahawks pitched a shutout against Brosmer.
He was not good.
It wasn't good.
Brosmer was a tough hang.
Titans over 13.5 versus the Browns week 14. This one I stuck my neck out. You did not want to come with me. on this. And so this was the only week where we did not agree on a secret pod play. I had mine.
No.
It was Titans over 13.5. You had yours. It was Rams over 29 versus the Cardinals. Both were winners in pretty rocking chair fashion. And then lastly, week 17, Saints over 20.5 versus the Titans. This was kind of the peak of the Shuck Mania. Is that what you called it?
Oh, I didn't even notice that you put 2 week 14 ones in.
Yeah.
We had split opinions. Sir.
We split it up. Yeah, you're like, I get your handicap on the Titans. I'm not advocating for. I'm not co-signing on this. And I was like, fine. Yeah, Titans can get 14 points on the Browns, and they did.
And then the Shuck-a-sons. This is starting 17. Kind of in the midst of their winning streak there. Yeah, 20.5. That was a pretty easy one. Funny part about that, if you remember, they were losing at halftime of that game.
Yeah.
They had to do a little coming back, which was the fun part about Shuck. Winner here, and I know that. So actually, this was a tie in the voting, and we had to go to criteria. That Minnesota under got a lot of love from the voters.
It did.
It was a shutout.
But
there was a block of voters that said, "Yeah, but Brosmer was so bad. Drew really stuck his neck out with a terrible Titans team. Took an over with a terrible team, a terrible coach, terrible city, terrible fans, terrible cheerleaders, terrible stadium owner, everything. Over 13 versus a really good defense." And they got there. They got there in the first quarter. They scored 14 points in the first quarter and got their team total over. Obviously, they scored quite a few more points than that. But no, that was an absolute banger, even though the Vikings does deserve some congeniality love there as well.
Fun also that we went head-to-head week 14. I think my margin was bigger, even though the Rams scored into the 40s.
I think the
Rams got 44.
Yeah, something like that. They were both kind of rocking chairs. I did forget about remember the secret pod teaser?
What was
I don't even remember what teams they were, but it was easy.
Anyway, I forgot about that. That's too. The secret pod plays weren't always singled out in the shorties. So first kind of half of the season, I don't really know.
All right, you need to kind of take this one too, because
best analyst non-gambling, Nate Tice, largely for Nate Tice's contributions on the Twitter machine, but decent podcast.
Football 301 or whatever. Yeah.
Stats and Scheme.
Smart.
This, of course, is either podcast and newsletter from Tej, Seth, and Syed. Sean Syed. Stats and Scheme, very, very worthwhile. Greg Rosenthal of NFL Daily, the outstanding podcast by iHeartMedia. SIS Off the Charts pod. Some surprising, I didn't listen to much of this, but there was some surprising support for this among the nominating block, which I was kind of, now I'm kind of curious to hear more. Like, what's are they just a little contrarian? Like, what was it about what they were doing or saying? And then, yes, Greg Olson, of course, the best color commentator among the group, not to be confused with the Raiders.
Three-time Raiders offensive coordinator. I love Tice. He's a Minnesota boy. Not by choice, I think. It's funny how many of these second generation football analyst players and whatnot are like Lane Kiffin, born in Minnesota, but it's just because that's where Monty was coaching at the time. Same thing with Tice. Mike Tice was up here at the time.
Cool.
And I think he remembers his dad playing for the Vikings as well, so that's fun for him. But Craig Olson, the rapper, SIS, I didn't listen to as much of them. The winner here. You're giving it to
Greg Rosenthal. Okay.
It's of the things that are worth listening to, that if you want to get any alpha and good opinions about the NFL, he's right up there.
I got to tell you, this was my vote, and it was pretty. It was not because I didn't respect the other nominees in the category. It was just that there was a lot of alpha, I thought, on NFL Daily this year, and never on Thursday and Friday, when they were doing the picks and the prognosticating. That wasn't very useful at all. But the Monday recaps, they had a lot of they saw stuff that I didn't see. in the games that I thought that was interesting. And Greg in particular had his finger on the pulse of a lot of like the moving parts across the NFL that were pretty useful to know about, right? Like, a good example. Shefty's reporting that Austin Fort and Gannon, they're safe. And Rosenthal's like, I call BS. Like, I don't think Gannon is safe at all. Like that kind of stuff that he was, I thought was really kind of useful getting his perspective on NFL macro this year. So easy winner for best analyst, I think.
Yeah, Mina, not on the block this year. It's just tough. You can't nominate everybody.
I didn't listen to her podcast anywhere near as much this year, and I cannot tell you why. I really can't.
I listened to her when Solak's on. I don't mind them talking a bit, but
I think my football podcast diet was
blast lately because of her. Well, she has famously had the tweet about like she was very upset. I think some of it is she's just a Seattle Seahawks fan, so there's a bit of homerism. But she was very upset that they let go of Geno and saying there's no chance you're going to get an upgrade, and like the Raiders are getting a great quarterback. It turned out to be, but we all have bad takes. Obviously, we had a whole category of them.
Dude, that though is
that's a pretty rough one.
That's up there. I will say I think my podcast diet was just a little bit leaner this year for whatever reason.
I don't have as much time.
I just didn't have the time, but I did make the time for NFL Daily. And I mean, honestly, like I'm not even a fan of all of the co-hosts at all of the NFL Daily Show. I loved the Jordan Rodriguez, Greg Rosenthal pairing, but the other ones,
she's great.
The other ones I could take or leave. And it was literally just Rosenthal carrying that thing. So
Walter Football Club. We tried, but we couldn't get the website to work.
Boy, let's get mean.
Analyst, worst gambling analyst. This is where we pick on some people. And sorry, I didn't even see you threw Bet the Board in here.
You did it separately?
No, I copy and pasting this stuff. GRP wins.
I got a special fuck you to listen to a show like You Better You Bet and hear me complaining 3 weeks into the season that I'm having a really bad season, and then retroactively go back and listen to my segments to write down my picks and track my losses because you think you're gonna make some sort of cultural you're going to develop some sort of cultural currency out of that. That's a very, very lame move. And then to not follow through and capture the absolute heat that was spraying from week 10 to the closed when we not only turned it around, I say me, you are always doing much better than I was, but turned it around to the tune of dug out of the hole and then ended up with another clean winning football season. He gets in a special fuck you to me. So he was my vote. But that was personal.
That was personal. And my main offense for him is just he's a waffler. I'm gonna do 10 Survivor entries. Not.
I will say for Bet the Board being nominated here that there was a cadre of the nominating group led by one of our friends in particular that I was like, what, why were you pushing this? And it was literally just the finale episode. Like the finale episode was so bad and out of touch. Like it was one of the worst pieces of content that was recorded in 2025. No question.
Yeah, my main complaint is they quit. Like there's not that many football podcasts I enjoyed listening to, and I would take theirs in. Well, I'm like, this is annoying.
Dude, I can't imagine doing something.
Catch the Bet the Board.
I can't imagine doing something that presumably you're doing because you find joy and you like doing it, and ending it with as terrible a finale as the way that those guys went out. That was pretty remarkable. And so kind of reaching out and figuring out why so many people were angry. That was kind of the general sentiment I got there. Adam Schefter was not technically a gambling analyst, but he was so wrong about so many very important things that were gambling related. He definitely deserves credit here. Nate Silver, of course, put out a Elway, Qbert, whatever. I can't remember what his kind of product was that he was putting behind a Substack. I didn't pay attention to this at all, but I saw some of the, and again, like a number of enough people nominated him, and I was like, what's going on here? Like, I didn't even actually catch that he was doing this because it's behind a paywall. So what the hell? I don't care. I'm not paying him. And apparently it was quite bad as far as having utility for gambling. Did you hear any of that? No.
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't catch any of that.
It's been a down. Yeah, but he just peaked immediately. Like everything has been downhill since the first election, right?
Okay. Gambling, the prediction market badge accounts, those can go. That's not a value add to my experience on any social media platform. And then yes, of course, Simon Hunter, who the world-class LARPer, Simon Hunter gets a nom, and you could probably imagine who nominated him for this. Andy, who was our winner?
It was given to the group. Prediction market badge accounts. This is a volume win because there's some bad actors here. Adam Schefter, famous, a mouthpiece. He will tweet anything that you DM him and Venmo him for. He will tweet whatever you want. Doesn't have to be real or true. If you're an agent. GRP wins, obviously, has, shithead Bet the Board podcast doing the, Game of Thrones final season for they're ending their podcast. Wow, it was bad. But it's still these the gambling Twitter is taking a hard right turn into these people like
really did.
Hey, let's say you got a dub club and you want a badge, you want to be a Novig guy, and I like all these places. Dude. I bet at Novig, I bet at Profit X, I bet at Kalshi. But the people with the badges, awful.
Particularly
this is true.
The actual generic ones, especially, right?
This is true. We can't give GRP the win, otherwise he would claim he's an award winner. I want a DP.
He could post that he got my vote for worst analyst gambling.
As long as we do this podcast, as long as we do the awards, he will be a nominee and he will never win. He will be the Susan Lucci accepted by
the Susan Lucci. I love it. All right, what else?
You have to take this one.
All right, gambling media rookie of the year. This one again was really, really, really tough. Really tough. Our first nominee is Reese Donatelli. Who? She, of course, was the little girl who gave currency by picking the wrong helmets in every single playoff game in the wild card round, and then 3 out of 4 in the divisional round, and then I lost track of it. Then it got so much cultural currency. I had my mother-in-law asking me if I had seen the videos of the little girl picking the wrong teams, and that was
she got like death threats, dude.
I mean,
she didn't. She doesn't have
who was it? Was it Cardi B? Yeah, Cardi B put her on blast for picking the Patriots because she's like, oh great, the Patriots are gonna lose now. Like fuck you. Like little girl, and that was funny. But then there was like an entire like avalanche of like imitators who were not funny that piled in. So yeah, she's nominated as a gambling media rookie, 4-year-old Reese Donatelli. At Chuck F. Bass, this one I put a nominating threw my hat in the ring here. Do you follow this guy on Twitter?
Yeah, he's not like new, but I think we just discovered him.
New to me. Yeah, new to me this year. Yeah, he had a couple of banger tweets in the off season, I think, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny," and followed him. And like,
it's the same thing. It's like,
I interact with his stuff enough on Twitter that it's like on my For You page, and it is very, very funny. Like it's exactly our kind of humor. So Chuck F. Bass, good job by you this year. You get a nomination. He's not really gambling media, it's more fantasy football, but we'll allow it. CFB 900, that of course is the college football prediction podcast. That is well worth a listen. This got the most nominations, so I think it's probably going to win because this was very, very highly regarded first year for a college football podcast, and it's not necessarily my cup of tea because I don't really care for minor league football, but there are a lot of people who do, and they caught a lot of value in the CFB 900. The Risk Takers podcast. Did you listen to this at all?
Mm-hmm.
You get anything out of that? Should I listen?
Yeah,
should I be listening to it?
I think you should. There's some good stuff. It's funny. My number one podcast right now, and it's not all that frequent, is still
Risk of Ruin.
Risk of Ruin.
Yeah,
Risk
same.
That's
not a. They're not a rookie.
It's not a rookie. It's not a rookie.
We should.
But it's funny. Like I don't listen to a lot of podcasts.
I 100% agree. Risk of Ruin deserves a mention in this show as one of the better. Like if we did like best podcast episode you listened to this year, the one that he did with the guy who was multi-accounting in Colorado was fucking awesome. That was still the best podcast I heard all year. The Risk Takers podcast
Risk Takers is
good apparently. I'll have to give them a spin. And then this one was another one of my personal ads to the list. The Brock's Stonks commentary in the NRAS Discord. Do you ever read the Stonks commentary?
No,
I know it's something that I know nothing about. I know nothing about it. I love the NRAS, not NRAS Discord, just to like kind of lurk because I find more interesting stuff to see and read there than I ever would on Twitter nowadays, and a lot less porn, which I appreciate. And the Stonks is something that I don't have any expertise or knowledge on, but I absolutely love his commentary. He's tipped a bunch of really interesting, like kind of macro concepts and accounts to follow, and really appreciate his work. So good job, Brock. He's like he's also like tweeting to himself in there. Like he's just like his personal like message board where he's posting. Occasionally Hagrin or a couple other people will jump in and kind of go back and forth with him. So it's not just him going off by himself, but I don't care. His commentary is flat out awesome. Anyway.
It's funny you mentioned the porn too, because I saw this is way out of left field, but there is a lot of hardcore porn now on Twitter for some reason. But somebody pointed out something very interesting because Twin Peaks, which is the restaurant similar to a Hooters, they filed for bankruptcy. And someone's like, oh, this used to be America. Why aren't these doing good? And someone just pointed out, it's like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, like if you wanted to see a girl dressed up like this, you had to either slum your way into a strip club or, buy pornography or go to one of these places. Like you can now, like you don't have to leave your couch. You see your Instagram reel. If you curate it, it's nothing but girls shaking their boobs and butts. So it's like, why would I ever go to Hooters? And I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
Fair
but point. I digress.
Who's our rookie of the year?
It is CFB 900.
Good job.
I feel bad. I think Brock's actually in the comments.
Oh, is he? Did you know he was going to get nominated?
I don't know. We love Brock. Well, you know what? He'll have his chances. Yeah,
well, he's not going to be a rookie next year.
No, but we'll have to come up with categories for stonk commentary.
Yeah. Oh, Bobby Digital. He is one of the co-hosts of CFB 900. So we got another winner in the chat.
Yeah, we got a winner in the chat. Nominated.
And even more of an honor to win. All right.
Back to negative town.
There wasn't a lot of negative this year. This was hard. Did you think?
Yeah, this was a little hard. I feel like last year we had about 7 for this.
Yeah, we whittled it down. Yeah.
And we gave them all the award. We just had a 4-way tie or something between a bunch of them. But yeah, gambling Twitter isn't annoying for arguments anymore. It's annoying for other reasons. But yeah, for the nominees here, our Survivor pot splitting strategy. I think I hate to shit on these guys because they found an angle, they found a lane.
The Atlas guys, yeah.
Well, any of the people that are making Survivor content, content's hard to make because it's so unique to your situation. You can't just say like, hey, here's my picks this week for NFL. Anybody can make those bets. Once you get 5 weeks into Survivor, it's hard to give everybody advice. So they lean more into the following along and having fun with, who's doing well. But the pot splitting strategy from everybody was annoying. Don't need to hear that. Oh, God. this is a clear omission on our part. Kellen, good call.
Yeah.
It
comes around every 3 years. It's like a leap year. Every 4 years, there's a renewed fight about this.
The people that want to point out the prediction markets are different from sports betting, they aren't. They aren't at all. You are gambling.
They are not.
It is the exact same thing.
You know what? Predictions market are different. You remember when I first entered a prediction market, Andy? 2006. You know what the website was called? West.com. Yes. This is one of the oldest ways to bet on sports. Absolutely ridiculous that it would be different. Hilarious. Good luck, though.
Good luck. I mean, it's fine. They're probably going to do fine. And honestly,
they'll run into an Indian tribe someday that has the power to squash them, I would guess.
I mean, the biggest thing right now, the biggest advantage they have is some of the loopholes to get into some of those non-legal states, which is,
of course,
kudos for them for finding them. But yeah, they are sports books.
Yeah.
This one is annoying. They should get rid of player props because of the betting scandals.
God, that's annoying.
That one is super annoying. And then I added this one. People this time of year who get, and it really came to a head last week. Like, this isn't football. We can't have this. We need 32 domes. It's like, yeah, it's not like we have snow games 10 times a week once we hit November, guys. It's 2 or 3 times a year that we have some bad weather games. It's fun. Variety is the spice of life. I'm sorry it happened to your team. I'm sorry that it negatively affected you one time. We should have some outdoor games. It's fine.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. It's a very annoying argument.
Winner here, it is the prop. You know what? Because a lot of these people are not like gambling Twitter people or gambling people. These people are like on the fringe. They do a little betting.
They don't understand anything.
They've never bet an under in their life. And they think, this is bad. These players are doing this on purpose. Like, buddy, or the worst is the people who like Vegas made a call and they truly believe that. And like, yeah, your 14 leg SGP for $9. Like that's what they were worried about. They were worried about it.
I was gonna break them. The thing about the betting scandals that I still am like, how stupid are people? Like, it's a fucking credit to the cooperative nature between the leagues and the books that you are even finding out that this is happening, right? Like, it's good that
it is good.
It is good. Yes.
It's helping to bring some of these bad actors into the light.
Yes, and if they have outsized positions on certain player props, particularly unders, guess what? It sticks out like a sore fucking thumb. Like, you're going to catch all of the bad actors in this who are trying to do this. This is not a problem that is not currently solved. It is solved. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to say.
Also missing from that category is people who are just broadly say the word analytics.
Yeah.
And don't understand, like, analytics just means common sense and math combined.
Analytics slop. Yeah. There's a lot of that.
Least enjoyable narrative of the year. I'll let you read these.
So, Stafford versus May for MVP. Didn't enjoy that. It was close. Like, we can all just acknowledge that and move on. We don't need to split the hair between 51 and 49. Patriots, easy schedule, also got beaten into the ground. I was personally annoyed. It's still being. I was personally annoyed by the Vrabel Coach of the Year discussion when there were so many other good candidates and nobody thought hard enough to look past Vrabel as the guy because of the win improvement. Anything related to Shedeur Sanders, I'm pretty close to muting Shedeur Sanders after the Pro Bowl thing. I've had enough. I don't need any more. I'm done. I'm full. Anything related to the tush push or the Eagles offense. Oof, man. Did not love talking or hearing about that. JJ McCarthy changing his name to 9. I don't know who nominated this, but I think that's pretty funny. And then they should get rid of player props because of betting scandals. Yes, that was a very non-enjoyable narrative. I completely agree. I don't remember what I voted for. Sanders, maybe. I think I voted for anything related.
Yeah,
to
our winner here is Shedeur. So Shedeur honored twice this week. Not only is a Pro Bowl quarterback because of how that works. He is also a recipient that I think the reason he is the winner here, because there are some deserving nominations here, is just it was so extensive. It went all the way back to college when they retired the numbers. It's like, what are we doing? And then the whole draft, and Mel Kiper Jr. being insufferable because he hadn't been picked yet. Yeah. And then, and then they brought in all these quarterbacks and the conversation in the preseason. When will he start? Him starting, him being bad. The Jacina Anderson. Is it Jacina Anderson? Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
Everything about him. And I feel bad because he's probably a nice guy. But it's just been stuffed.
I don't know. There was a couple things he did that were a little weird. Right?
He does have the weird celebration, too.
There were a couple of weird things.
Anyway. Congrats, Shedeur, you win. Least valuable person has to be our most negative sounding one that we have. This used to be least valuable player.
What? Hey, the NFL gets to award the MVP. Somebody's got to award the LVP.
Yeah, this is the most offensive player.
Or
Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel was worse somehow. But he was less annoying. Your least valuable people are, and we mentioned this the other day, I gave Brady some love because he has improved his craft. Romo, he still can throw a fastball here and there where he picks apart a play, but it feels like he's been on cruise control for 2 years. Mm-hmm. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Brian Callahan, not.
Wow.
I mean, just if you don't understand
one of the worst coaches that we've had, right?
Yeah.
Bottom 5 for sure.
You can't go into that press conference and admit you didn't understand a rule. You have to be just like, no, I knew that. You have to just lie.
Yeah. I knew that, but the things were moving, communication. We got our wires crossed.
Headset.
We got our wires crossed. Yeah.
The New York Jets, who are just bad at football.
Dude.
Bad.
What was the plan this year, guys?
Yeah.
What was the plan? The plan was to be this bad, really, right?
I guess.
And boy, down the stretch. Holy shit.
And now with Ingstad gone, they fired 7 assistant coaches. And they need to fill all those spots yet for the most part.
Wow. And the talent all of a sudden the cupboard is completely bare. What is the plan? This is pretty wild. The Jets deserve the nod. Schefter deserves the nod for again being quite wrong a lot. And in general, copying and pasting. Oh, wait, Schefter did 3 things that were pretty terrible. Being wrong, just the continued copying and pasting of agent tweets with the text that, the qualifying text, not even running it through an AI agent, just copy paste.
Did you see that? My congressman did that yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had to tweet something about the situation in Minnesota, and he copy and pasted the whole thing that includes the paragraph in the email that says hey, this is what we came up with. The staff approved this. Go ahead and post this in all your socials. And then the paragraph with the statement. It's ooh, you didn't even try, Brad.
Brad.
What are you doing?
But yeah, the third thing, Schefter, he caped for the Sex Pest Wolverines coach. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was okay. People have, we should hear his side of the story. People have had it out for him for a long time. You know what? That was the halftime show where we got into Gaza. We started with, it's a good rule of thumb not to fuck your employees.
Yes, we started showing more.
It's a good rule of thumb not to fuck your employees. That was the
because if you remember
that was
right,
the one.
I got a little off track where I started to say I get it. You're in a position of power.
Yes. He bottled the Sanchez thing. Oh yeah, man. And then lastly, Geno Smith, who famously left a team that made the Super Bowl and then joined a team that has the first overall pick. that is going to be tough to beat for LVP. I don't know that we're ever going to have that again. Are we ever going to have that again?
That's tough to do,
It's
especially
really tough.
as the quarterback.
It's really tough.
Your winner for LVP, least valuable person, is the New York Jets. The New York Jets somehow beat Schefter. That's how bad things went in New York this year. They don't have a plan. They don't.
As a collective person, they're the least valuable. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now that
there's no future there. Yeah.
I mean, it just feels like Glenn will be favorite to be first coach fired when we open.
Rightfully so.
And he should be.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah. All right.
All right. A few more categories left, and these are the ones where you're gonna have to do some reading because these are extensive. Shit. Offensive play of the year.
Do you want to do this one?
I'll read this one.
Okay.
Week 16.
We'll go back and forth through the noms.
Green Bay, Chicago, 4th and 4 at the Green Bay 6. Caleb Williams passed short to Jade Walker, the rookie who, honestly, before that game, didn't really know who Jade Walker was.
Never heard of him.
Streaking across the back right corner of the end zone for the touchdown in a massive spot on 4th down. Big play by Caleb Williams there. All right, you take the next one.
Game tying touchdown. Let's go to overtime. Yes. In overtime, 1st and 10 from the Green Bay 46. Caleb Williams pass complete deep left to DJ Moore for 46 yards. Touchdown. That Game one winner. I just got chills even reading it. Incredible. It was an incredible play. Such a good throw. Man. Oof.
Our third nominee happened in the wild card round in the playoffs. It was Green Bay versus Chicago, 4th and 8. Chicago 43. Caleb Williams passed deep left to Roma Dunze for 27 yards, tackled by Xavier McKinney. I love you have the whole play in there. Another amazing, had to have it 4th down. That was just a sick pass as well, and they had to have it for the comeback as well.
Yeah, and then final nomination is the divisional round LA Rams Chicago game, 4th and 4 at the Rams 14. Caleb Williams pass complete short left to Cole Kmet for 14-yard touchdown. The longest 14-yard pass that has ever been completed.
I was going to say the box score doesn't do it justice because he was at like the 40.
He was at the 40. And he got it a couple yards in. So I'm going to say it was a 44-yard pass, not a 14-yard pass. But still just amazed that Caleb made all those passes. So he is going to win Offensive Player of the Year. And it does go to that Cole Kmet touchdown pass in the divisional round. I can't believe he did that. I still can't believe it.
I just remember being excited that he got a pass. I remember being excited that he got a pass off because I thought for sure he is going to take the worst 4th down sack I've ever seen in my life. The fact that he got the pass off and even got it to the end zone was something. The fact that they scored and won that game was something. Or obviously it didn't win the game, but all the other ones were quite amazing.
Yeah, we could have gone on and on and on. He had the Loveland one. I think it was the Loveland touchdown against the Browns. That was the one that was so perfectly anticipated. Or that might have been even another one even to DJ Moore. He had so many unbelievable, like, how the fuck did he do that moments. All right. Comeback player of the year. Not comeback player, the comeback play of the year.
Can you see this?
Yes, I can. Do you want me to read them, or do you want me to read them, or do you want to?
We'll go back and forth here.
All right. The first nomination for comeback play of the year goes to the Week 1 Buffalo Bills taking on the Baltimore Ravens in the 4th quarter. 4:05 to play. 4th and 2 at the Baltimore 10. Josh Allen pass complete short right to Keon Coleman for 10-yard touchdowns. That description does not do it justice. That was absolutely absurd. He also scrambled significantly backwards, and then I believe Keon Coleman caught it off of a tip. That one was wild, and without that touchdown, the Baltimore season might look very different, honestly. I really wonder what might have played if the Ravens hadn't dug themselves an early hole.
Your second nominee is 9. Week 1. Down big to the Bears, looking like the season's over. It did turn out it was over anyway, but McCarthy in the second half, kind of turned it on. He looked really good. We saw some glimpses, and that pass, the short one to Justin Jefferson for, I can't remember if that put him up or if it was right there, but they were getting the shit kicked out of them, and he really stepped up. They did win that game. So Minnesota beating the playoff-bound Chicago Bears early on in the season with JJ.
You missed an important qualifier. NFC's Offensive Player of the Week, JJ McCarthy, number 9.
God.
Our next nominee is the Week 7 New York Giants Denver Broncos game. Of course, the Giants had a stranglehold win until they didn't. And the play that really put the Broncos back in this one was the fourth quarter, 3rd and 5 with 5 minutes to play at the New York Giants 35. Jackson Dart pass short middle intended for Theo Johnson, intercepted by Justin Stranad at the New York Giants 40, returned for 21 yards, tackle by Jermaine Illuminor. Yeah, that obviously set Denver up for the most ridiculous comeback that I think, was that the comeback, like the biggest comeback of football? Fourth quarter football? It was close.
Houston Jacksonville might have outdone it.
Bigger?
Which is
we got any of those? We got any of those?
Yes. All right. Your next nominee is the Davis Mills scrambled left end for 14 yards touchdown with 37 seconds left. Not only that, but it was 3rd and 14. Obviously, it was 4-down territory, but Jesus Christ. I mean, they were down by 1 million, and Davis Mills is Davis Mills. So congratulations. That was pretty good.
Your next nominee.
You good one.
Yeah, your next nominee, Rams, Seattle. Fourth quarter, 6 minutes to play. 2-point attempt. Sam Darnold, pass incomplete, intended for Zach Charbonnet. Replay assistant challenged the tip pass ruling, and the original play was overturned. 2-point attempt. Zach Charbonnet rushes. Conversion succeeds. Unbelievable that the casual picking up of the football and meandering into the end zone space was one of the comeback plays of the year.
Davis Mills, he did kind of turn around the Texans. That's pretty funny. And this was funny too. Keon Coleman, never heard from again. He was like a healthy scratch 7 times on a team that needed wide receivers. Week 16, Green Bay, the onside kick. I mean, Cairo Santos onside kick. That was one of maybe 3 that worked all year.
And phenomenally consequential. That decided the Central. I mean, the North was Central. Yeah. NFC North was decided based on that onside kick. That's crazy. Crazy. The next one, Baltimore-Pittsburgh. This, of course, was week 18. 3rd and 10. Baltimore 26. Aaron Rodgers pass complete deep left to Calvin Austin for 26 yards and a touchdown. I thought in that moment Pittsburgh scored too early. But you know what?
They did.
They missed the extra point, which meant that the cover was not in doubt.
Thank you. That was such a good miss kick. And the final nominee is wild card round Rams, Carolina. Rams kind of fiddle fucking around, playing with their food. And Matthew Stafford, deep pass incomplete. Would have been a little bit disastrous on the 3rd and 1. Puka Nacua with a hell of a play, knocking that down, playing center field, playing strong safety, free safety, whatever you want to call it, because they did not end up winning that game. And that would have made it a lot more difficult if he threw a pick there. Your winner here, I think this one's pretty easy, guys.
It's the Zach Charbonnet.
This
right?
One's not a super big spread. It is Zach Charbonnet picking. Like that game was unreal.
Yeah, that one like butterfly effect. He picks up the football, and he doesn't pick up the football or doesn't walk into the end zone, and the Rams are in the Super Bowl? Question mark.
Game's in LA, yeah.
Rams are. I mean, really, the Rams probably Super Bowl champions or the Seahawks Super Bowl champions. Like that's. I don't want to speak too far out of turn, but amazing. Oh, these are so good though. The least valuable play of the year.
Least valuable. Yeah, we're down to the last few categories, and least valuable is one of my favorites. We'll go back and forth on this one. Baltimore Buffalo, again, this Baltimore Buffalo game gets mentioned a bunch, but Derrick Henry, left tackle, -9 yards. Derrick Henry fumbles. Derrick Henry had like 3 or 4 pretty meaningful fumbles.
Bad fumbles. He needed to be represented somehow.
This one was massive in the loss to Buffalo to start the season.
Yeah, if they just run out the clock on that drive, it's very different.
I need to time these out. You always get the best ones. This one's amazing.
Week 5, Tennessee, Arizona. Fourth quarter, 3rd and 1. Amari DiMercato up the middle for 72 yards. Touchdown replay assistant challenge. The runner broke the play in ruling, and the original play was overturned. Amari DiMercato up the middle for 71 yards. Amari DiMercato fumbles, ball out of bounds in the end zone, and then gets punched by his head coach.
Yeah, then he gets smacked. Week 13, Giants, Pats. Young Ho Koo. 10. When he decided to kick the earth. Basically, he kicked the earth. They call field goal aborted, which is illegal in some states. But they were obviously they were in New England where that's perfectly fine. Jamie Gellar, the holder, right end for negative 13 yards.
That was not a very valuable play. I think the least valuable, that's in the conversation. Week 13, Seattle, Minnesota. This is what I'm sad we can't play clips. The kicking.
I'm going to figure that out next year. I'm going to do the thing where I put the line through it.
The kick in the earth was funny.
Did Drew freeze? I think Drew might have froze, and you have to let me know because
85 yards for
a
touchdown. Yeah, I don't know what happened. But yeah, 85 yards returned for a touchdown by Ernest Jones. This, of course, the one where Bros before Hosmers was getting tackled, falling down, was like, I got to at least throw it away. And he threw it to Ernest Jones.
Yeah. Very Will Levis-esque.
Oh, it was the Will Levis Memorial Award for sure.
Will Levis, yeah. Week 14, Cincinnati, Buffalo. 1st and 10 from the Buffalo 33. Joe Burrow, pass short right. If you remember this one, it was Christian Benford was in the pocket when he intercepted this ball and returned it 63 yards for a touchdown. That's the one, right? Where he just trying to lob it over Benford, and Benford's right there.
Yes, right. And yeah,
it was meaningful for the game because that was kind of a tight game for a bit.
Yeah, that flipped the game. Philly. This is another good one. God damn it, we need these clips. Fuck, man. So Philly Chargers standalone game. I think this was Monday Night Football. 3rd and 2 at the LA 21. Jalen Hurts, pass short middle, intended for A.J. Brown, is intercepted by Deshaun Hand at the Chargers 17 and returned for 7 yards. Deshaun Hand fumbles, forced by Will Shipley, recovered by Jalen Hurts at the Chargers 32 and returned for -1 yards. Jalen Hurts fumbles, forced by Jamari Caldwell, recovered by Troy Dye at the Chargers 43. To this day, the only play in NFL history where the same person turned it over twice in the same play.
Which is amazing. That ball should be
amazing.
That ball should be in Canton.
Amazing.
Divisional round. 1st and 10, Houston 25, I believe, to start the drive. C.J. Stroud, pass short left, intended for Xavier Hutchinson, intercepted by Marcus Jones. Again, if we had we do need to figure out how to get clips. This show would be 2.5 hours long if we had clips. It wouldn't be for all the categories, but this was a horrible interception by C.J. Stroud. Among a bunch of horrible interceptions he would throw that day.
Yeah, one of the least valuable performances, and that was the least valuable play. Final nominee is the NFC Championship game, 4th and 20, Seattle 27. Dixon punts 55 yards to the LA 18. Xavier Smith muffs the catch, recovered by Seattle. D. Young, LA 17, and that's all she wrote. They weren't doing
they were doing like the Monsters Inc. thing too. So it was like Mike Wazowski fumbling it twice.
Oh boy. Incredible. It got memorialized that way. This is hard, man. There were some bad plays.
We didn't have room for the real crazy play in the Cardinals. But it's funny because
that one was terrible too.
That one might have been a bigger negative EPA than the one we actually mentioned.
It's got to be the
winner here. I had to. We did give it to that game. We did give it to that game. DiMercato doing. It was such a big swing because it was such a huge play that turned into a turnover instead of it's like a 10-point swing essentially. So pretty rough. Yeah, Monsters Inc. was good, Patrick.
I think why else this one got my vote. I think this one eliminated the largest number of Survivor entries. So like that was like this started a fire that burned $6 million worth of Survivor entries, something like that. That's a big number.
And yeah, the one where they threw the interception that turned into a touchdown, that one was pretty wild too. That whole game.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for you guys. And last year I felt bad because last year I went back through I spent like an hour going back through streams, scanning through it, trying to get everybody's name. Because remember, I just nominated everybody. I still missed people. So I found some OGs. You're all the most valuable YouTube commenter, but these are some of the people that have been commented for a while. Sam Lipscomb, dirty Commanders fan, but nice guy. Lancelot, he took a little break here and there, but he's always been around. He's been around forever. Maybe not as much football alpha, but he's always got a dirty joke, which is nice. Donaldson, AJ Donaldson, great commenter. Matt Ryan, another great comment. I don't think it's actually the Matt Ryan, although I don't know if that's his real name or if he just likes to go by Matt Ryan, like the football player. And then Patrick, of course, Patrick XZ2BI is his handle here because of this. And I do feel bad because I think he was nominated 2 years ago. And then obviously everybody who I remembered was nominated last year. So I'm going to say three-time nominee here. Sam Lipscomb is your winner.
Oh yeah.
I found a picture of him.
Oh, good work.
In the Hoggets thing.
Weird way congratulations, Sam.
Yeah, it is Patrick from St. Louis. Patrick from St. Louis is
congratulations
his normal name.
to Sam.
For some reason, what we see, and I don't think you guys see this if you're in the YouTube chat, when we're on StreamYard, we see like your @. So for some reason, I don't get to see @Patrick in St. Louis anymore. It says Patrick XYZ WXYZ. So yeah, Sam, congrats. You've been around for a long time, and you do bring a lot of good football takes. I don't even think he's here right now. He's calling it a day, so I should take it away.
Good work.
I added a category because I wanted to kind of point out some of the newcomers, the people that hadn't been commented a lot. The YouTube commenter Rookie of the Year.
I love it. First year commenting. I like it.
Yeah, Patrick, yes. Patrick, I don't want to. You'd die if you saw the ranked choice voting. You were so close. it was like 1 second place vote was a third place. If that was flipped, you would have won it. So it's honestly, it's a shame. But YouTube commenter Rookie of the Year, Katie Abels. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Katie's brought the heat. Katie's brought a bunch of comments, and she's always here. Pundy Fight, who I didn't think joined us tonight, but if you know Andy Fight from the Discord before he became more of a commenter here, he was just the crazy dude who was in the tennis chat, and there was like nobody else in the tennis chat. So it would just be paragraph after paragraph of him putting his lots of thoughts in there before he was, a little more involved in some of the other channels. So
that will help you get better at handicapping, I promise.
Yeah. Just write it out. Zelv Bellringer, it's been a couple weeks, but always makes me laugh because that is a pornographic star, and I don't think it's the real one. That would be amazing if it was, because I looked her up. She's hot. I think it's just someone having fun with us. But honestly, good comments. And then Paul Mooney's Wine Pouch, who was kind of a latecomer. I don't know if he was there at the beginning of the season. And you know what? I gave it to him. I gave Paul Mooney's Wine Pouch. The guy has the football's knowledge.
Great comments during the halftime streams. Really, really strong commentary. No question.
More of a halftime guy.
Yeah. Honestly, everyone who is nominated and everyone who showed up to watch tonight, we appreciate you. Thank you. You'll all get your shine as we carry this forward through the years.
Yeah, if you
get a hat tip. You are probably at the top of the list of quality volume comments during the actual weekly streams. Great job by you.
Who's long timer Durso? Someone I've met in real life. Durso's fine. That was fun. Casey Brown, longtime commenter.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of good ones in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
AJ Donaldson, why did I think this was tomorrow? Dude, you just missed Look at this. Look at this, AJ. You just missed your nomination.
Somebody gave him the heads up. He was nominated. He had to come and
too late for that.
Come and represent.
All right. Well, two more categories. Rewatch game of the year.
All right. I'll get started here. We've said it a bunch. Week 1, Josh Allen rallies Bills for 16 points in the last 4 minutes to stun Ravens 41-40 in primetime thriller.
Number 2, your second one is the David's pick sets up the winning field goal as Bucks beat the Seahawks 38-35 in a duel between Mayfield and Darnold. That was back when Mayfield was strongly considered for MVP for about 2.5
billion years ago.
Yes.
How about that? Week 10, backup quarterback David Mills and the Texans overcome 19-point fourth quarter deficit to stun the Jaguars 36-29.
Week 16. It's funny how many of these are at the end of the season because there's so many bangers. Seahawks overcome the 16-point deficit. This is the Charbonnet picks up the ball game to stun the Rams 38-37 by getting two two-point conversions that very much mattered in the NFC West showdown. Amazing ending. Great game.
Yep. Also week 16, another primetimer. Bears stun Packers 22-16 with improbable rally as Williams finds more for the winning score in OT. Damn, that was good.
Week 17, Purdy and the Niners in a absolute barn burner with the Bears. There were so many good Bears games this year. I didn't see that coming at all.
Did not.
We should have with Ben Johnson on the phone, but 42-38. And at that point, the Niners still had a decent shot at the top NFC seed. Obviously, the Seahawks would stymie that later on.
Mm-hmm. Rewatchable week 18 was like, this never happens. The one game they pulled year in prime time. Rodgers and the Steelers win the AFC North, beating the Ravens 26-24 after Loop misses kick at buzzer. Another one that had huge consequences for season-long contests and was a fun outcome.
Well, it was fun too because the Ravens weren't doing a lot, but then they two big plays
exploded.
They found Flowers over the top on a linebacker once, and I think it might have been Flowers both times. Where it's like, Jesus, you got to cover these guys. Wild card round, it was the Caleb Williams rallies the Bears from 18 points down for a 31-27 playoff win against the rival Packers for the second straight time. We were at Circa for that. I was at Circa for the Steelers one too, I guess.
That was my favorite watch of the year for sure. Divisional round, Rams shake off wild late touchdown pass by Caleb Williams, beat the Bears 20-17 in overtime to reach the NFC title game.
And maybe one of the most mentioned games, Sam Darnold and the Seahawks win the thriller last week in the Rams versus the Rams at home in an amazing game that came down to Rams special teams blundering things up. But Sam Darnold was great. And the winner here is the wild card Packers Bears game. We were at Circa. We were in the lounge chairs. We were watching Bears fans just lose their mind. Like, they were so sad, angry, and the Packers fans were fat and happy, and it all just flipped on its head. It was an amazing game.
Amazing. Yeah, that'll be my major takeaway of the year. For sure.
Yeah, this Bucs Seahawks game happened like 4.5 years ago. Crazy. Yeah. The beginning of the season, you just don't remember.
Yeah. Oh, incredible. All right. Shower fart game of the year. This one's easy for me.
Yeah. I'll start. Broncos in London. So standalone game that we all had to watch. In the morning, get up early, watch the Jets, the winless Jets. Broncos 9 sacks, 13-11. This is a team that almost made the Super Bowl. They beat the Jets 13-11.
Week 10, Broncos defense shines in a 10-7 squeaker over the Raiders, despite offensive and special teams struggles.
Week 13, Bengals win and Burrow's return, taking advantage of all the turnovers where the Ravens really didn't show up.
Thanksgiving night. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
It's week 13 also. Seahawks blank Vikings 26-0 for their first shutout victory in 10 years.
If you remember right, the Vikings then shut out the Commanders the next week. I had to look that up. Remember,
wild,
that it
wild
happened.
turn. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, that Broncos Raiders game was primetime. Broncos Jets, no doubter. Yeah. Jalen Hurts rebounds with 3 touchdown passes. Eagles snap losing streak in another shutout. 31-0. Raiders didn't show up at all in that one. 31-0 Eagles. Whoa.
That was the fewest yards of any team this year. You want to guess the Raiders' yardage total, Andy?
111?
75. They did not break 100 yards.
Could not get in that triple digits.
Yeah. Oof, my goodness gracious. The Vikings nominated again the Christmas Day game. Week 17, the Vikings eliminate the Lions with defense dominating 23-10 victory, racking up 6 turnovers and 5 sacks. Max Brosmer beating the daylights out of Jared Goff on that Christmas Day was not.
Max Brosmer did a lot.
Not enjoyable. Not enjoyable.
Congrats to Flores. Got you a couple more interviews. 18 Vikings Packers. Again, we mentioned for the backdoor cover on the 13.5. This was on the TV, but boy, it was a tough watch. Tune was bad. I mean, if this should win, honestly. Tune was so bad. Brosmer was so bad. Real tough hang. And then your final one is the aforementioned game last week.
AFC Championship game gets a nomination for the shower fart game of the year. Patriots punch ticket to 12th Super Bowl with gritty 10-7 win. Gritty. It was gritty, Andy. 10-7 win over the Broncos in snowy Denver. Oh my God.
I believe Tay, if you guys are in the Discord, Tay from the Discord, he's sometime in here in the chat as well. He's more of a halftime guy, but I believe Tay designed that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do love it because it's like shitty, MS Paint.
MS Paint, yeah.
And you're
hilarious that the NFC Championship game was nominated for rewatch of the year, and the AFC was nominated for shower fart game of the year, and the winner, of course, was the Week 6 London disaster of the Broncos beating the Jets 13-11. Jets -10 passing yards in that game, Andy. The indelible memory that I have from that one is
we had to show it to all of Europe.
I'm still so mad that I got up for that game. So mad.
It starts at like 6 o'clock your time.
So mad. Why am I up for this? My favorite part of that game, I don't know if you remember this, but the Broncos just could not put them away somehow. I don't even know how the fucking Jets got 11 points. But the Broncos couldn't put them away. And they had to punt at one point. And the punt was returned to the 43. So they literally just needed like 10 yards. And then they were going to be able to try the game-winning field goal. And I remember watching and being like, there's no way the Jets can gain 10 yards. Like, this is over. This game is over. They needed to get that punt return to the Broncos 40 if they were going to have a chance. In the end, Fields was sacked by Jonathan Cooper for a 12-yard loss, and the game ended with Bo Nix kneeling.
Donnie Pickleball has a good point. He says, you're against Stone, but you call the snow game a shower fart. I don't think it was because of the snow. I think it was because of the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, the quarterbacks played so poorly. I don't know if it could have been sun was shining. I don't know if we get a lot better out of Stidham.
No. I think that was in the bottom. I think that game was in the bottom 5 of total yards gained on the season. That Broncos Patriots game.
Do you remember who scored the touchdown for the Jets that day in the 13-11 game?
Had to be Breece Hall, right?
Trick question. 3 field goals and a safety.
What?
Yes, it was 3 field goals and a safety. 52-yarder. It was the Broncos got the ball back, and it wasn't like, oh, they sacked Bo Nix. It was a holding in the end zone.
Oh no! Oh man, on it looks like it was on Protector of the Year nominee Quinn Miners. Oh, I don't know about that. You did have that one's obvious safety.
I do like a good trick question.
Yeah. No one had a touchdown. That was all field. That was no touchdowns that game. Oh my goodness. That was this last year's
13. No.
That was this is last.
They did throw one. Broncos scored one touchdown. It was one touchdown, 2 field goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Jags Titans was last year.
Oh, that's funny.
You just copy and paste all the slide deck. Yeah, that's great.
So I reused the slide deck. It's funny. Here's the winner from last year, Jags Titans.
That was a bad one. Not as bad as I would rewatch Jags Titans again over that London game. That thing was atrocious.
I do not remember which one.
Max Power.
You guys know which one it is. Max
All right. Great job, man. Congratulations on an incredible football season. Well done with the slide deck. Thank you again to our nominating committee as well as our voting block. You guys do not let us down, except for the 2 of you. You know who you are. You're not going to get nomination. You're not going to get the ballots next year, guys, because we're like the Pro Bowl. I mean, the Hall of Fame. If you break the rules, then we take away your vote. We take away your vote.
It was Bill Polian. We should just mail these to random owners and stuff. They have I have the address of you can send stuff to a team.
Of course.
Just care of Bill Polian, Colts.
Yeah. Well, hey, Durso, you want to be on the voting committee? We got two slots because 2 people didn't return their votes. So
you're in. All right. I don't know what we're not gonna do a show tomorrow.
No, Friday for sure.
Friday we will do some fuck around. Drew's traveling to Italy next week to take in some Olympic fun.
Leaving Thursday, so we can do our normal thing Wednesday, right?
We'll do a Super Bowl show on Wednesday. I think we'll
Same
go over
time-ish?
props. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But next week we'll definitely get the Super Bowl show out of the way on Wednesday.
Okay.
Go from there. We'll figure it out.
You know what? Let's work around when the Deep Dive Discord is going to do their thing, because I think everybody wanted to do that on Wednesday. We'll just time it. I voted for Monday, I think. I can't do Tuesday for sure. I'm going to San Francisco for a quick Radio Row thing and then coming back. The Wednesday, kind of try to time it afternoon before they do the proptacular.
Yes, we'll figure it out. Right. Once Brad decides when the Deep Dive Discord proptacular was, we'll work around it. We don't want to overlap that.
Cool. Yeah. Sounds good. We'll try to precede it by a couple hours. Give us time to get our whole thing done, because we tend to make these 2 hours long, apparently.
Yeah, sounds good, guys.
Good work by you.